They can turn it round. There's no doubt, and I'm not writing them off completely yet either. But the January window is now going to be very interesting. United need to sign. City need to sign players, and of course, it's been announced today, and some really erring words surrounding it. Really, that Bukayo Saka is out for a prolonged period of time. But it was just something that I read. I didn't listen to Arteta say it, where he stated he should be back before the end of the season. That for me, if I was a Gooner, would be
Woody.
Wow. Did he
sobering.
say
No, again,
February time, isn't it?
I
didn't hear that part. That part sounds crazy.
I want to read it. I'm going to go and find. I only read it briefly, so I need to go back and look at it. But do you remember when Saliba was out, and every week it was like, "Is he back yet?" And he just never came back. I'm just putting this out there. I can't imagine a hamstring injury keeping you out for 4.5 months, personally. But I was just reading different reports, and I just saw one that was on like an Arsenal aggregator, and it said hopefully he's back this season. And if anyone's got the link to it, DM it to me.
It was a thing where, like, so he announced that Saka was out, and then a journalist said, "Do you think he'll be back before the end of the season?" He went, "I think he'll be back before the end of the season," type thing, rather than
right. Okay,
that was his thing.
Okay.
He just answered the question in a weird way.
Maybe he
Arteta shit he does, basically.
Maybe he answered it weirdly. I just feel like if I knew he was going to be out for 8 weeks, and someone said, "Will he be back before the end of the season?" The answer should just be, "Yeah, of course he's out for 8 weeks." But saying hopefully he's back before the end of the season. The only thing that triggered in my mind was the Saliba thing, because Saliba's injury was first reported like it was a knock and it'd be a week or two, and it went on for like 2 months. So I just hope it isn't worse than it is, because listen, as an England fan, I don't want to see Saka's body start breaking down, because we need him as an example. But how big an impact, Kunle, is this for Arsenal, and what do you need to do in January? And I want to throw this other quote out. This has come from your big man himself in the last little while. His words are, he was asked about January signings, and he says, "My intention right now is to get the best out of what I have."
Look, okay, well, the first question was how big of an impact is it? It's massive. It's huge. He's our star boy, isn't it? I still think Odegaard's the tempo setter in the team, and he's the glue, but Saka is, in terms of moments in games, he's the guy. He's the guy. He could be out of the game for the whole thing. One situation, he set up a goal or scored a goal. So it's massive for us. I liked how confident we still looked without him on the weekend, but that was just for 70 minutes or so, and it's easy to look confident for 70 minutes rather than 8 weeks potentially. So it's a massive blow. Does this mean that I give Arteta any excuses at the end of the season without a major trophy? No, it does not. But for the sheer fact they have a January to potentially sugarcoat it or to help their way through it, then there's no excuse. Like, we need
Conley, you got to have some sympathy for him. He's lost Sterling as well. Sterling's injured as well, so he can't even play Raheem, his big signing for the summer.
Sterling's injured. When did he play to get injured?
I assume with me.
Like, what? He just said, "I want a long Christmas, man. I'm injured, boss." One of them ones. Go on holiday. But yeah, the reality is we need to do, if Saka is injured for as long as potentially it is, because when it comes to these Arteta interviews, I don't read too much in it. He's really good at playing the press. I don't overly look into it. I don't really care what he says to the press, just as long as what happens at Arsenal is cool. But I don't know. But if he's out for close to the end of the season, it'll be a massive problem. But we need to go and get a striker and a winger.
March. The reports are saying that they hope he's back in March time. So like the start of March.
They hope.
Yeah, like
I initially heard 4 to 6 weeks before this show. But...
Yeah, apparently it's 8. Apparently it's 8. That's the line that they're going for. 8 weeks.
Kunle, it's over, bro. This is where you need to just start accepting, because Saka.
What's over? What's over?
The Premier League title race done, Champions League done. So the only thing that you could really rely on right now is the FA Cup, like, because you're not gonna win either of those other competitions if Saka is dealing with the injury, bro. And I think him being out for Arsenal for a significant amount of time, that is the one player in your squad that you would not want this to happen to, because now effectively Arsenal have arguably one of the worst attacks in the league now in terms of like your front line. Like, let's just be honest, because you're probably gonna have to start maybe Gabriel Jesus on the right wing, right? Because we've seen him do it before at Man City. But
won a title on the right wing, so it's not that bad.
Well, I mean, but he wasn't starting though. But
Signed a lot of games on that.
I mean, look, they had. Well, Jesus was the
It
only
was like
striker.
Sergio Aguero,
I'm
though.
blunt,
Like,
bro.
Jesus was the only striker at Man City, and Aguero left. And instead of just playing Jesus,
Wait, what's
in the
what's
nine,
going on here? Wait, what?
they
Will, what
switched
is going
his
on here?
position
Right
to
now?
the
Wait,
right.
hold on. Wait,
So-
wait a minute. Wait. What's
no,
going
hold on,
on?
wait, bro. Let me
because
just land real
I
quick.
want to
Let me
make sure
land real
we're
quick.
clear. Because you're I hear the message, but you're delivering it to the wrong person. Because
Alright.
I already on the football terrace said that
Yeah.
our title race is over. I've said that already.
No.
And I might revisit that conversation in January if we're close to Liverpool.
Well, yeah.
But as of
but
now,
what
we're in the
about the
top four
Champions
race.
League, though?
Champions League.
Arsenal in the
NA,
Champions
NA,
League.
NA,
Come
NA,
on,
NA,
Arsenal,
NA.
Arsenal, Champions League. Come
Bro,
on,
look, and then
let's
the
be
thing
serious right now.
But the thing is, Arteta has to get all the blame for this because he's been overplaying Saka since he's gotten to the club. Like, they've refused to sign any backup for him to give Saka a rest. Like, the guy plays 90 minutes damn near week in, week out. And now he's starting to break down a bit. And I think that you have to put that on the manager. But I think
Who's Mo Salah's backup? Who's Haaland's backup? What are you talking about, bro?
Bro,
Yeah, but
but
they've
okay,
also
but
got-
Haaland had
Liverpool
Julian
got-
Alvarez. It's just this one season. Who's been Saka's backup? Because you
Liverpool,
bring off
Liverpool have
Pepe.
also got the best attack in the league at the moment. And
No, I'm just talking about his particular points. I agree with him, but I'm just talking about his particular points.
Well, yeah, see, but no, I get like what you're saying, but then I'll ask you, well, who have Arsenal signed on that right wing aside from like Pepe that can let Saka rest?
No, just say, don't even mention Pepe. Nobody.
Pepe was there before Saka anyway.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's true.
They kicked him out.
But Pepe was a good player, man. I think that you guys made a mistake letting him go. He's a good player. But
Pepe was a good player.
Yeah, bro. Pepe wasn't trash. Come on now.
Where does he play now?
I think for Nice.
Except on OnlyFans, but
no, I don't think he plays at Nice anymore. I think he's in Spain somewhere.
No, he's in Turkey, I think.
Exactly.
Oh,
we don't even know where he is, Will.
No,
so
wait.
he can't be
He's
there.
at Villarreal. He's at Villarreal.
No, he's definitely in Spain.
He's in La Liga, you're right.
Yeah. He's at Villarreal. But point is,
all I know
Saka
about him
being
is
out-
he's got a very notable girlfriend nowadays. That seems to be his only.
Where'd you know
main
her
claim to
from?
fame.
Where'd you know her from?
Oh, it's just
That's
on
social
Twitter every
media
now and then.
website. He posts videos.
Yeah.
But Saka being out, like this is gonna have a major like impact for you guys, bro. It's just crazy. But yeah, like your front line is so dead now because Saka was the guy that would carry you, and then now I don't know who that's gonna be because you brought up.
We're good
Odegaard.
we might be good until the end of January because obviously Jesus is seeing the windows open and he's like, oh, let me get my goals in now, lock up shop at the end of January and that. But yeah, I think we'll be fine till the end of January. And once Jesus stops scoring, we'll revisit this problem again. But we need to do something. We need to do something big in January. We have to do something big in January.
Have you seen the games you've got in that time? Though you got Brentford away, who up until Nuno turned up, had the best home record in the league. Brighton away, a team that have beaten a lot of good teams. At
Man
home
United in the cup and Newcastle in the cup.
We got a good record at Brighton, so I'm not too fussed. They got a better record at home against us than away. To be fair, which is
But Kunle, why would Arteta come out and say that his intentions are just getting the best out of what he has? Like, why not say we'll assess the market and see where we can strengthen? Like, why would you say that? Like, why not give an ambitious answer?
Hey, but Will, this is the same manager that said he wants to do goalkeeping substitutions to confuse the whole press, and he's never done a goalkeeping substitution. Arteta says weird things in freaking press conferences. Like, that's just what it is. I don't give a damn what he actually says. I hope he confuses all the press and everyone. Yeah. Just as long as the message is telling the players is the most important thing. Press conferences are a bag of shit to me because they can say they're not signing anyone, then 24 hours they sign someone, or they're not doing anything big and they do like. The press conference means nothing to me, and I don't think a lot of fans take it in too much consideration in terms of Arteta. He's really good with the media. He's the best at answering questions without saying anything. Like, it's just weird. So I don't take too much about his press conferences personally. I think because Edu's gone, I do believe we go big for someone in January.
It would also be a really stupid thing considering the position they're in to go, oh, by the way, we really want to buy a right winger in the January because every club that has a right winger will go, okay, there's another 20 million on the price tag. Enjoy.
But clubs aren't stupid though, Tom. Everybody knows that they need a right winger. So whether you say it or not, they're gonna still maybe overcharge you. Is like I don't think it really matters, but I think it would be nice. For,
You
like,
don't
the
think
fans.
we don't know, Will? We're just all speculating, right?
No, that's true. That's true. Like I just didn't really care for like his answer. Like I feel like he could have gave an answer that like indicated that Arsenal.
I don't think you care for anything Arsenal, to be honest, Will. But you keep saying you always end it by I actually like Arsenal.
I like Arsenal. Yeah.
Really? Do you think there's any chance you win the league from here?
No, personally, no. If somehow in January the 1st we're within 4 points from Liverpool, I'm willing to entertain conversations. But right now we're in a top four race, man.
It's a 2-horse race.
Yeah, right. No, it's Liverpool winning it. Chelsea are in the
Chelsea are in the race, 100%.
Yeah, they're in the race, but they're not going to win the league. So you can call it what you want.
That Conference League's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, but they're not going to win the league.
Let's got one game a week all season.
I hear you, but this Chelsea thing, like, as good as they're doing, they've still not done anything. It's 16 games in. They've not done anything. They're playing well after 16 games. So and I respect that because I didn't think they'd start this well. But I think the praise that Chelsea are getting is just crazy. We're 16 games in. They're like they're in the top 3, and people are getting so excited about it. Because at the end of the season, they could still finish 6th. So we were just bigging them up for no reason. Like,
what are you saying? It's Liverpool to lose.
Yeah, 100%.
What are the conversations then if Arne Slot wins the league title in his first season and Arteta doesn't in 5?
Tom, I want him sacked on the day that you realise you lot are titles. I want him sacked that day.
Well,
even if it's match week 35, I want him to walk.
So the moment Arne Slot got that league title in his hand, you want to steal all the headlines and go, Arteta's out the door at Arsenal?
Yes,
right.
If that's what you want to call it, I want him out.
I mean, the only thing I want really at that point then is for Arteta's final game at Arsenal to be him giving Arne Slot a guard of honour. That would really rub it in.
It's certainly going to be a very interesting period now because, look, Saka is so important for Arsenal. Can someone in a short-term period step up? Will they go out in the January window? I feel like if Arsenal don't go out and buy someone it doesn't even need to be a right winger per se. It needs to be someone who can add. I think Arsenal fans have been saying we need a new attacker, whether it's a number 9 or whether it be someone on the left to score goals. I've seen a lot of them say that about their football club. You need it more now than ever. And like I was saying earlier, City are in the market for attackers and midfielders. Man United are in the market for attackers and midfielders. Victor Osimhen, Napoli have said 62 million euros. And people can have him. He's having a good season this year. That's a good amount of money for a player like him. Look, they're still in the title race right now, but Sporting are slowly but surely sinking like the Titanic since Amorim left the football club. They might go on to win the league still, but there is a chance if they lose a few more games in the next few weeks that you could turn around and talk to their owners and say, look, we'll pay you the 50, 60 million pound now for Gyökeres. You might fall away from those Champions League positions because you're dropping very quickly. They were unbeaten and cruising. They're now top but level on points, and it's almost every week they're going further and further behind. That might change the mindset of a board who think, well, actually, we might do the business now because that gives us a big injection of cash that we can spread into the side. I think Arsenal have to do something big. I get what you're saying about the manager playing it down. There's loads of reasons for that. Some of it's just trying to control the media and throw them off the scent because the news stories are just sometimes not what you need. And he also kind of does like weird sarcasm, doesn't he? That time, was that weird thing he did where he said that there's like the way he likes to play football is like how he drives to work. There's like 750,000 different routes to work. And it kind of got what he meant, but it just didn't land. So he does a lot of things like that. I just feel, it's sad for Saka. But I'm also intrigued now to watch how Arsenal cope with this. What other players step up? And have you got a player that can grab the ball by the horns and say, well, Saka was the talisman. A lot of our attacks go down that side. He was the main guy. Well, now I've got the chance to stand up and be counted. I'm just intrigued to see whether somebody does that in the short term. I'm not saying permanently. I'm just intrigued. I don't know if it will happen.